In this Ellerton Associates Technology Training Tip of the Month video, we'll look at using email apps in Outlook 2013. Okay, so here we are looking at my copy of Outlook 2013. Now we're talking about apps for Outlook 2013, specifically apps that deal with email. There are other apps, some of them work with the calendar, and there's even apps that work with other Office 2013 programs like Excel or PowerPoint. So apps are a new concept in 2013. They're built-in kind of miniature functionality that you can add if it's not one already installed, but many are installed by default. The first few I'll show you here, you don't have to do anything special to get. They're included with Outlook. But all of the ones I'm focusing on are triggered based on something about an email. So if you look at this email I've currently got selected in the reading pane, you can see the body of the email. There's nothing special about this email. And no apps are being suggested. They would be right here if they were. And that's because it doesn't see anything in this email that triggers any of those apps. Now, compare this. I've just clicked on a different email, and now the apps bar shows up. And that just happened automatically. There are two apps being suggested, Bing Maps and Suggested Meetings. Both of those are built into Outlook 2013. Whenever Outlook sees an address in an email, as many signature lines have, you'll get the Bing Maps suggestion. And if it sees a question about maybe being asked to attend or create a meeting, which is what's being done here in the body of the email, a day and time are even being suggested. That's why I'm getting the Suggested Meetings app. So first of all, let's click on the Bing Maps app. And it opens up a small pane above the email. And there it is. There's the map of the address. I can pan around in here, as you can see with the hand. I could view a larger pop-out map in its own window. I could get driving directions. I'm just going to go ahead and click this arrow and close that back up again. So that's the Bing Maps app, and that's always handy. Suggested Meetings, let's see what that one does. So again, it's opening the apps pane. It's showing me the two questions it sees in my email. Notice it's highlighting one of them. Sometimes it highlights, sometimes not, but it does show me the questions up here. And if one of these is going to be one I use to generate a meeting, it's probably going to be this one because it does mention the day and the time. So I'm going to click that. It says, okay, it looks like Friday at 1 p.m. Notice it's assuming this Friday, which is actually today. And I can click Schedule Event. It'll pull up a meeting invitation. I can change whatever needs changing, send it, goes on my calendar. I'm just going to close it without saving it. And then I'm going to close the apps. So always when I'm in this email, those will be suggested. I can ignore them, but I can use them. Now, another built-in one, I'm going to click on this email. And notice I get the Bing Maps because of the signature, but I get one called Action Items. So Action Items is when the email, someone is directly asking me to do something. So Outlook sees that I'm being asked to add a link to the website. And so that is perceived as potentially an action item. I'm going to click the Action Items app. And it shows me that, can you please add link to website? And a moment later it says, if you want to take this action, you can add a follow-up flag to that email. And what that actually does, if I choose to do it, I click it, is it went ahead and it put a flag on the email. You can see it there. You can obviously see it here, but if I close the Action Items pane, you can still see it on the email. The item is flagged and it's on my to-do list. So that's kind of a neat one. Now, those are the three built-in ones that will pop up most often: Bing Maps, Suggested Meetings, and Action Items. Just so you know, at the far right of the apps bar when it's displayed, though, you have Get More Apps. Now, if I click that, it opens up a website. Let me just maximize this. And notice I'm on the Outlook category again. As I mentioned, there are apps for all of the Office 2013 programs. It's focusing on Outlook because I went from Outlook into here. And note, many of them are free. Some do involve money. But if I point, you see a description. And I actually have already installed DocuSign. I picked that one just as something to show you. It's a way to automatically sign documents attached to emails using an electronic signature and passing it on to other people. So that seemed kind of neat, and the price was right. So I'm going to go ahead and close the internet here. And this one's triggered by attachments on an email. So look, I've got an email with an attachment. There's the attachment. Now I get DocuSign. So see, all I did was install it, and it took mere seconds to install, by the way. And now anytime an email has an attachment, DocuSign is one of my offered apps. Now notice I still have Bing Maps because of the signature. I have Action Items because she is asking me to do something. But let me click DocuSign because of the attachment. And it's going to start up the program. I did do this before and signed in with my Office 365 account, which it will prompt you to do, or a personal Microsoft account, or you can create an account with DocuSign. But basically the idea is see that it's doing something special. Now I tell it who's signing, just me and then other people or only other people, and it would go ahead and go through steps in the process right here within the email. So I'm just going to collapse that. So that's the idea of apps for email within Outlook 2013. Thank you for watching the Sellert & Associates Technology Training Tip of the Month video. To learn more about our classes, please visit www.ellertraining.com.